Hi General Math students. In this video we're going to obtain a residual plot using the Casio ClassPad 400. This video doesn't deal with interpreting the residual plot, it just shows you how to get the residual plot. You'll need to watch a different video to understand interpreting the residual plot. So we've got the Casio ClassPad fired up. We're going to go to statistics, so I'll tap that button. And you can see I've entered some data here that was used in a previous video where we have the daily temperature versus the number of soft drink cans sold. So if you haven't got that data entered, pause the video now and go ahead and enter that data. Okay, I'm going to continue. So I'm going to tap on the calc menu and obtain a regression. So we need to go through the process of getting a linear regression in order to get the residuals. So I tap on linear regression. Now in previous videos we could leave this window pretty much alone and just proceed, but we want the residuals this time, so we need to go to this bottom drop down box and we need to copy the residuals to another list. List 1 and list 2 are already being used for the data we've entered, so I'll use list 3. Okay, I'll tap that button now and we've got our linear regression there. That was covered in a different video, so I'll tap OK. And we can see that the regression is pasted below on the scatter plot, and in list 3 are our residuals. So I'm just going to resize that. Oops, wrong one. I'll tap up on the menu there, or the list, and resize. We can see those residuals are in list 3. Now I'm going to show you the quick way to get the residual plot, and then I'm going to show you a slightly more involved way that will allow you to switch between the scatter plot and the residual plot. So right now you can see that if I tap the button for the graph, we get a scatter plot of the data down below. So I want to get a residual plot. So what I do, the quick way, is to go up here to set graph, and you can see that stack graph 1 is ticked. That's the only graph that's on. So I'm going to tap on setting, and I'm going to go and change list 2 to list 3. So instead of graphing the X data versus the number of cans sold, I'm graphing the X data against the residuals. And that's all we need to do. If I set that and go and tap back here, you can see now that we have a residual plot of the data. Now, if you wanted to be able to switch between the original scatter plot and the residual plot for some reason, this is what you would do. So I'm going to go and turn stack graph 2 on as well, so you can see now that they're both ticked. I'm going to go into setting. Now I'll make our list, stack graph 1 just what it was before, just a regular scatter plot of X versus Y. I'll tap on this tab here for the second stat graph, and I'll reflect the settings that we had when we wanted the residual plot. So our residual plot is under stat graph 2, and our original scatter plot is under stat graph 1. So I'll set that. So now, if I just want to look at the scatter plot, I just use stack graph 1, and I can tap that and it just gives us the scatter plot. But if I go back up and click on stack graph 2 and turn stack graph 1 off, I can see the residual plot. And you can see stack graph 2 has red squares rather than blue. Now we can even look at both of them at the same time, tick them both, and it puts the scatter plot and the residual plot together if you wanted to do that. So that's how we get a residual plot using the Casio ClassPad 400. Thanks for watching.